Hi, Tom here and welcome to my new Circle Line Art School video, how to draw in one-point perspective. For this drawing of a house, some steps and some boats, start by drawing a horizontal line in the middle of your page. Next, draw a cross on the right for the vanishing point for the first house. Now draw a vertical line for the corner of this house. Next, we could draw two diagonal lines from this vertical line to the vanishing point. So this will be the start of the drawing of the side of the house. Next, draw another vertical line on the left and then add two more horizontal lines here to make this into a rectangle, and this will be the front of this first building in one-point perspective. Now we can draw a simple doorway in this front wall. If we continue the top horizontal line of the doorway to the right, along here, then we can take this line towards our vanishing point, and this will show us the height of the doorways we might want to add along the right hand side of the building, and therefore they will all be the same height in one-point perspective. So I think I'll add two more doorways along here next to each other. We can add a thickness to the doorway. To find the thickness of a doorway, use a diagonal line going to the vanishing point. Next, we can draw a square window towards the top of this wall, in the centre I think. Again, we can show the thickness of the wall by drawing a diagonal line from the corner of the window towards the vanishing point. I'll try to keep the thickness of the wall similar to the thickness of the doorway that we drew earlier on. Next, we can add some steps to this seaside cottage. For this, we can extend this diagonal line along here, coming towards us. Now we can draw two more diagonal lines to show the angle of the steps. Find the top of this line by drawing another diagonal line towards our vanishing point. So basically all diagonal lines are always going towards the vanishing point, and all our lines are either vertical or horizontal with right angles. And that's how you get one-point perspective. The base of the steps can be parallel to the base of the horizontal line of the house. Now we have a basic block for the stairs, we can add the individual steps. So for this, just draw some zigzag right angle lines for the steps at the front. And now from each of the corners of this zigzag, we can draw some diagonal lines going towards our vanishing point. Now we can repeat these zigzag right angles to make the back of the steps so that they're nice and chunky. Time to just darken some of these lines on our steps so that we can see what we've got. Next, we could add another doorway to the top of the stairs. Taking the height, I'll take the height from the first doorway that we drew, and then again adding the thickness for the wall. Now we could add a line slightly wider than the walls for the edge of the roof at the top of the drawing. And just add a diagonal line at the top of all of this to make the roof line. We'll only be able to see a thin strip of the roof as it goes towards the right because of the foreshortening of perspective, of 1 point perspective. Next I'll add some more windows, keeping the vertical lines parallel with all the other vertical lines in the drawing. The vertical lines that you're keeping parallel also need to be parallel to the edge of your paper. Now we have finished the outline for the first house, we can draw another vanishing point for some more houses on the left. Now this is a second vanishing point, but it's separate to the first house, which was in 1 point perspective. These are another group of houses which are also in 1 point perspective, but they're going to a different point. So it's a bit like two drawings next to each other, because the house in the middle and the house that I'm drawing on the left, and I'll draw another house I think on the right as well, they're not parallel to each other, they're actually going in different directions. So for each direction the sets of houses are going, they'll need a separate vanishing point, a single vanishing point. So each house is in 1 point perspective. So for these houses all the lines are vertical or horizontal unless they are diagonal, and then they go straight to the new vanishing point. So the houses don't share vanishing points, each house has its own vanishing point because they're going in different directions to each other, the houses aren't parallel to each other. I'll show you the rest of this drawing in real time so that we get all the lines in, and I'll make a sort of edge of a harbour. I think I'll add a little pavement around each of the blocks of houses, and then later on I'll speed up the drawing I think when I show the some tone, so I'll add some dark tone into the doorways and top of the roof, and then some mid-tone perhaps for some shadows, and I'll draw a few little boats in the water as well. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Circle Line Art School, where I post a new video every Saturday. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you like the rest of the video and find it useful for your own drawings. you.